What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very exciting episode of the Boo Boo Project. Today, we have a very talented guitarist and an awesome musician with us. Here is Azi Richman.
Hey there. Pleasure to see you.
Thank you that you're here finally.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you here. So, I guess, where are you from and stuff? I mean, obviously, there's not much about you online and things.
Yeah, I was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, um, in 2002. Um, I was born in a somewhat musically inclined family. My mother sung in a choir when I was really little, and my father played guitar every now and then, kind of more folksy, playing out the stuff I'm more or less known for now. But ever since I saw a DVD of the Beatles when I was like maybe 3 or 4, that got me hooked on music. And like as soon as I saw the boys playing All My Loving, I was like, okay, I want to do that for the rest of my life. And yeah, they kind of ballooned into me liking some Boston alternative like the Pixies and Dinosaur Jr., a lot more of some other 60s acts, the Birds, the Kinks, a little bit of the Love and Spoonful. My stepdad showed me a lot of 90s alternative, Rage Against the Machine, Dandy Warhols. Um, who else? A lot of Moby. Um, and then I discovered myself a lot of newer British alternative bands like Royal Blood, Nothing But Thieves, Cut Glass Kings, um, and so that sort of solidified my love for big riffs, melody, big tones. I'm still a huge Rival Sons fan. Their guitarist Scott Holiday got me into playing Firebirds, big rigs, really nasty fuzz tones, and now here I am.
I mean, here you are, and you know, so I know you're working with Sean Danoon. Do you work with any other artists at all?
Right now, I'm working with another group as well. Kind of like this Kings of Leon meets Foo Fighters type of vibe called Warplay. We played a show together, and I'd say it went pretty well. We actually have another show upcoming on the 25th. It's kind of like this DIY festival in Murfreesboro that I'm pretty stoked about as well.
Murfreesboro, that's a bit from Nashville, isn't it?
No, not really. It's like a 30-40 minute drive away from where I'm based out
Um,
of. Yeah,
that's definitely a short drive for Tennessee. I learned that when I
more
was
or
in that.
less. Yeah, I mean, it's like as soon as you have like a good podcast on or a good playlist on, and just focus on the navigation. Like, forget the fact that you might be burning a third of a tank to get there, but otherwise, you're yeah, you get the
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, I get it because I mean, I'm paying for a third of a tank of gas to go to most of my shows.
Oh my god, felt that. Oh my god, felt that.
But it's the love of the game, right?
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to do things for the story.
I mean, seriously, do it for the plot.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, I was doing a show for my solo project, um, maybe like 2-3 years ago, and my rig went down 3 times during one song, and I got thoroughly roasted for it. And so, but the show otherwise went off without a hitch. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that, yeah, you live and learn.
Exactly. I mean, if you don't make a mistake, you don't learn anything. If things don't happen, you don't learn how to avoid things. I mean, that doesn't even seem like it was a mistake. It just seems like something happened that had to, be learned to work around.
Exactly, yeah. And the fact that it went down 3 times during the same song, especially during the it happened it went down twice during one part of the it went down twice during the solo, and then the third time it happened towards the end. And I had a great drummer who just pulled a massive solo, saved my ass. So yeah,
I mean, that's why it's always good to have awesome bandmates too, isn't it? Because then you have someone to like, oh, hey, this messed up. I have to go in and be the lead and do something here.
absolutely. Yeah,
If you ask me, it always makes for a good show track when small mistakes like that happen because then you have, you know, something nobody's going to hear again. They're not going to hear it streaming your music. They only heard it at that show.
exactly. Yeah, it's like I'm always a fan of like sort of exclusive moments like that. That's why during some songs I really want to encourage Sean to put like a freeform jammy section at the end of certain songs to let fans have that sort of exclusive moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually working on like a rap song, kind of like that, where I'm gonna have a free form, like little freestyle section where I'm gonna hit different lines each show.
Oh,
It's
nice.
special.
Hell yeah, as you should.
As we should. So, when did you yourself kind of start playing music?
I started taking guitar lessons around third grade, and I was learning on my dad's guitars, which were some Ibanez AEG cutaway acoustics, and for whatever reason, he likes his guitars strung with telephone poles, like 13 through 56s, and my third grade fingers can't cope with 13s, so I've always kind of steered clear from 13s. I've kind of been of a lighter gauge type of guy.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I
did
was,
gauge
yeah.
as well where I played.
Oh, you play 13s too?
I didn't. I more messed with like lighter gauge and things. I mean, it's mostly because in my local music shop in the smaller gauges they had purple glow in the dark strings that I love to put on my black guitar.
They were probably DRs. I know the ones you're probably talking about.
They were just absolutely like vibrant and beautiful, and I was like, "This is my guitar now."
Nice. There you go.
So you were saying like you were playing the Ibanez and like you were on the smaller gauges.
Um,
Sorry.
I eventually grew up to learn that lighter gauges were more of my thing, and I've kind of bounced around a couple different string brands as I got older. I used to be a big Ernie Ball guy when I was like for like 6 years, and when I was in middle school, um, it eventually moved to me using D'Addario for like 2 years, and now I'm uh, sorry, I'm blanking right now. And right now I am currently playing Stringjoy, not only because they're a local brand, they have a new facility by the airport. Not only that, but they sound incredible, and the people there are good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's good people, good quality, I mean, and an incredible product, what is there to lose working with using that product?
Exactly, and on top of that, they also you can customize your gauges as well. So if you have like a if you're used to a specific string tension that doesn't come stock, you can order it through their custom. You can set up your custom gauges on their website, which is really nice to have because I was so used to their 10 to 52 set. Um, so used to pardon, I was so used to D'Addario's 10 to 52 set from NYXL's. I eventually said, you know what, I'm so used to these gauges, I need to replicate this with a Stringjoy. So I've did that with my other guitars, and it works.
And that's awesome. I mean, it works and it's the right gauge and right tension, and nothing's wrong with it.
Exactly, and also the Darios are a little bit brighter, but with string joys, they have a mid range to them that I really dig. That responds well with the rest of my rig. So yeah, so string joys have definitely won my heart.
And that's awesome. I mean, when you find that perfect little thing, it's what you need.
Exactly, and particularly with strings, it's like it's super elusive, but once you find that right set of strings, it's just like okay, this is what I need now.
Exactly. So is guitar the only instrument that you play, or do you know other instruments?
Only guitar and bass. And that's usually that's where my wheelhouse is.
Yeah, I mean, you ripped that Beatles bass solo just what was it yesterday on TikTok? 2 days ago?
I made a video breaking down the solo for Taxman,
Yeah,
um, kind of showing y'all's what the how I replicated it using my rig. There's like this fuzz box that I found at this uh, guitar store in Lebanon, Tennessee called Jack's Guitarcheology, and I don't know who built it. I don't know what it's based on, but it kind of has like this. It kind of has like this bit crushery buzziness to it that I really really dig. So, and I stack that with my other main fuzz sound that's in my Line 6 Helix, and it kind of has like this really really cool bumblebee-ish pick attack thing to it. It sounds great. I really want to get that cloned and maybe contact a local builder to get that circuit cloned.
then that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it definitely sounds like. I mean, is that the one you used for the solo?
Yeah, that's the one I used for the solo in that video, and I use it a lot during Sean shows. So I'll pull that pedal out for particularly for the solo for I think Rock and Roll Star and Soul Taxi.
I was just thinking Rock and Roll Star too.
Yeah, and then sometimes every now and then I'll deploy another one of my favorite pedals is the ZVEX Fuzz Probe. It's kind of like the it's think of it as the crazy bastard son of a fuzz factory and a theremin, and the theremin is built into the pedal, and you can control the craziness of the theremin with the proximity of your foot to this copper plate.
Oh wow,
It's wild. I love it.
that definitely sounds wild, but it sounds like something that creates a really interesting and unique sound.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like not only can you use it as a fuzz, but you can just use it just for noise. So I kind of use it for both. So for like songs like Magic Hands live, I will pull out the fuzz probe, get crazy. Currently, my Helix is in repairs because I got a little too crazy during Magic Hands, and the thing quit on me. So I'm kind of fucked out of a rig for a bit.
Man, that always fucking sucks. But like, I mean, hey, at least you know that you can go hard with how hard you can go with it now, right? Can't go too
Exactly. Yeah. Now I need
hard
to
on
learn
it.
how to be careful because I don't know how fragile my how I don't know how fragile it's gonna be coming back from the repair shop. So I'm just like, oh fuck, hoping and praying that you don't quit on me.
Maybe
So
maybe it's time to see if someone knows how to remake a better version with a local builder, right?
I don't know if that's something that you could do with a local builder though,
You
because
never
it's like it's
know,
a lot
though.
of really complex digital signal processing, and
Sure.
Line 6 is also through Yamaha Group, and they're also doing incredible work. So there is that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one heck of a tool that I really hope it still functions right when you get it back because I actually haven't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know you had a lot of solo music out. I didn't really. I guess I didn't have much time to do my research. We kind of just planned the time a
Dude,
little.
you're all good. I mean, it was just a very spur of the moment thing. It's just like, hey, you want to go on? Sure, let's go.
Yeah,
And now it's just like this is like the first impression that you're gonna get of me. So just I honestly don't blame you.
yeah. I mean, and sometimes I like to have that like first impression. Like this is kind of cool. We're meeting for the first time. Like I have really the only impression I have of you is like your videos and like messing with the band now and then and what Sean's told me. So this is really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, you're far too kind. What other questions do you got in the docket?
So I was gonna ask, what do you have? I guess a little bit of a new question. What do you have out for like your solo music and things?
For my own solo music, it's kind of been on pause, trying to figure out a new direction for me. I was in this other group that's been my pet project for 6 years called Scarlet Magnum. And as one does, you go through a bit of a mental health breakdown, and you try to figure out what your new direction's going to be. So I'm still kind of navigating in those waters of trying to find a new rhythm for what the new material is going to sound like. and what the material is going to look like, not only from a sonic perspective, from like a visual perspective on socials and how I'm going to go about executing that. So right now, there are massive changes, but I'm confident that I can make some good music out of it.
I'm confident you can as well. And I mean, I don't suggest this method, but I found my new direction after having a very bad experience with LSD.
Oh,
Then my new direction came. I kind of went a little Beatles there.
there you go.
But I mean, now I make really happy music, so there's that.
At least, I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah.
And it was around this time when I'm still in this kind of transition state that, just like the music you listen to is like, subconscious programming for, the rest of your life. And I was listening to a lot of dark stuff, and I was writing a lot of dark stuff, and then wondering, why is my life miserable? So yeah, right now I'm just trying to find some ways to throw some nasty riffs together while throwing in some more uplifting topics, or at least throw in some more uplifting notes, even if the song is going to be largely even if the song is going to be largely dark. I still want to have some silver lining, some nugget of hope in there, because in the way the world presents itself right now, rage bait's profitable,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at with solo material. But yeah.
So, do you do a lot of like shows then? Are you performing a lot?
Um, Under Scarlet Magnum, I used to be gigging relentlessly in Nashville, um, and I'd been kind of in this state of how do I put this? That with Scarlet Magnum, a lot of the shows last year were done at this venue in this great venue in Nashville called the Cobra, and that's where Sean Danoon had its EP release show. So it was good to be back at the Cobra, but playing the Cobra multiple times in a row can only get you so far, and I didn't want to be, chained to one venue for the rest of my life. So I decided to put a pause on live shows for Scarlet Magnum, for that and the mental health and trying to find bandmates and all that sort of thing. And after a while, it felt like I was kind of beating a dead horse. So, you know, as Einstein once so wisely said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, right now, I'm kind of in a pause state for performing my own solo stuff. But as far as doing shows with Sean Danoon and Warplay, yeah, that's still going strong.
Yeah, I mean, you just did a show. I want to say yesterday, maybe, or a few days ago. I'm not
It
even
was the
sure.
13th. We
Oh,
played with, it was a double gig for me. So it was Warplay and the Breakdown. And I'd say it turned out really, really well, except for the part where my helix broke down. But beyond that, life's good.
exactly. I mean, life's good. Life's great. You're figuring out your direction, and I mean, you seem to still, have your head on your shoulders. That's really good, especially when you're in that finding your direction state. I know mine wasn't for most of that time.
Yeah, it's like I can't help not being creative. I can't help not doing something good, doing something productive. Um, and I guess that's just kind of wired in my blood. I want to be doing something creative. I want to be doing something significant. And I want to make good music with good people, and it just enriches my soul in like just the right way.
And that's amazing. I mean, yeah, that's what music does. I hope for everybody is enriches the soul. That's why we make it. That's why we do it, and that's why other people do it as well. I feel.
Precisely, that's exactly it. Um, but as per the content creation thing, so we don't end up going in circles.
Yeah,
Um,
getting out of this one too.
what's that?
So I was just thinking the same thing too. Get out of this song.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as social content goes, Sean and I did a video with his 8 string bass. That was that was pretty fun. It was his idea too, which was really even funnier. And I tagged Hagstrom America, which is their new distributor. And Hagstrom historically is a Swedish brand, and they make really really cool guitars. Um, and so I hit them up. It's like, yeah, I do. You can. It's like, can you do artist pricing? And well, cut that bit out. But and I asked them, hey, do you do oh, wait, let me rewind this bit. So let's just splice that there if that's cool by you.
I usually don't cut. I like to keep it raw,
Well,
the natural feel, you know.
fair enough. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's kosher to say. But
I don't matter much about what you say. I guess it's probably the company, though, huh?
yeah. But yeah, let's rewind that bit. So as far as the video that I did with Sean's 8 string bass, it was his idea, and then I hit up Hagstrom, and I was like, "Hey, I do videos too. Want to send over a guitar?" And they're like, "Sure." So more recently, and I'm a huge nerd when it comes to this sort of thing. So this is my new Hagstrom Alvar that
Ooh,
I've modded, and I've named it Nordic Nava, and this is going to be the new main guitar for Sean Danoon's shows.
that is awesome. All right,
Thank you, man.
beautiful instrument there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of like I think it's kind of like Hagstrom's take on like a scaled down Viking kind of shape, which is like their semi hollow 335 type of thing. I made some changes to it, so it's got some Schaller locking tuners that I scored on Facebook Marketplace for a steal. Um, I need to swap pickups out, but everything else is pretty much stock on it except for the roller bridge and the Bigsby. But yeah, this thing sounds incredible. Feels great. The fingerboard radius took a little getting used to. It has a 15-inch radius as opposed to a 12-inch radius like I do on most of my Epiphones. But yeah, it's an absolutely killer guitar, and it's definitely going to be seeing some action alongside my Firebird for breakdown shows.
That's awesome. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, so many big companies too, if you just reach out and kind of take that shot in the dark, are willing to, shoot you something over.
Precisely, yeah. And there's no harm in asking.
Never. I mean, what's the harm in asking to possibly, like, not only better what you're doing, but also help them along the way?
Precisely, yeah. And especially if it's a historic brand like Hagstrom, which has been a thing since like the early 40s, I think, and they started off like making and distributing accordions, and then they kind of got into the electric guitar game in the late 50s. And I think Tim Skold, Marilyn Manson's new bassist, is playing some cool Hagstroms on stage with Marilyn Manson right now. I know Pat Smear has been a long time Hagstrom artist. Ghost has been another really cool Hagstrom artist. So I guess I'm not the only person throwing Hagstroms in D standard tuning. But beyond that, man, I mean, just Hagstrom makes cool guitars and all that sort of thing.
Definitely. They really do make cool guitars. And so, I guess outside of the music, let's, kind of get into Ozzy again a little bit. I mean, what kind of things do you do outside of that? What do you enjoy doing?
I'm kind of a homebody. I'll be so real. I've kind of become more of a homebody. I used to go out a lot more, even if it's just with a quick party. Go out with friends. But I'm more of the type of guy that would rather stay inside, work on refining my rig, work on my playing, or if I'm not doing those things, I would rather relax with my DVDs. I started a DVD collection this year. Um, and yeah, I'd rather just, you know, have some structure free time and just, and just be for a bit. It's like I really value a time like that where there's no plan and I can just, go off of whims.
Gosh, that sounds like a good time. I can't wait till I have that type of time back.
Oh my God, real. Especially with how expensive things are getting. I'm grateful that I can still be able to go to Lebanon and, go to Jack's, or just, you know, peruse around, not so much driving for recreation, but just more so just getting out of the house, having some fresh air, that kind of thing.
Yeah, my fresh air is in the house. If you catch my drift.
Felt that.
Yep.
Felt that. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at as far as just stuff I like to do outside of music and content creation, because music and content creation is basically all I love to do.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's cool to be in a spot where all you do is doing what you love, but sometimes when it feels like a bad day at work, um, you really don't have too much of an escape. Um,
Yeah.
you can't really turn that part of your brain off, at least in my experience. But yeah, I'm grateful that I'm still able to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that anyone's able to have free time at this point is a miracle, if you ask me.
Precisely.
So, I mean, outside of that, I mean, we know, like, so what was it like growing up in New Brunswick?
Well, I was only born in New Brunswick.
Oh,
I was raised in a small town in just outside of New Brunswick called Metuchen, and it was great. Now there's like a lot of new shops and a lot of new infrastructure that kind of killed that small town vibe for me. It's like I liked it when, in hindsight, when things looked a little bit grottier, when there was a parking lot doing a whole lot of nothing, when there was, this feeling of exclusivity that, that thing that, you used to be proud of growing up in a small town from Jersey, and you can just take a walk and go to the ice cream parlor. You take a walk and go to the pizza place. There's a kosher restaurant on Main Street too, and then go down the road a couple extra, like maybe a half mile or so, and the next thing there's the synagogue I grew up at, and everyone knew each other, and we were all it was all one big happy family in town, and you can just turn off your mind and just relax.
yeah. I mean, that's what I miss about my town. Because I mean, I've lived in the same town my whole life, and I've slowly watched, that small town feel die. I've watched, bigger things come up and this and that, and then I've watched the bigger things come up and go away within a couple of years, and it's just
Yeah, and especially with how expensive Jersey's getting, and it's like, what would you rather have, the small town feel, or what would you rather have, the small town feel, or whatever bullshit is coming up in the town now. I would rather have that small town feel again.
exactly. I mean, that's what I feel about this too. I mean, I've even thought about moving an hour north just because it's a town of 1,200 people.
Yeah, I would honestly do it, even if it's just, even if it's like, yeah, that kind of thing.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, but yeah, I really, as much as I love, as much as I love living in Nashville, um, as much as I love all that, and as much as I love gigging and playing music with my best friends, and bandmates and collaborators and whatnot. Um, there is a part of me that that feels that I did leave a part of my heart in Jersey. Um, um, and I guess you kind of have that with your hometown anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, always. It's kind of that. It's just like that's where you were, where you were raised. It's kind of that connection.
precisely, that's exactly it, man. That's exactly it, and it's sometimes difficult to see that change manifest.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Change is one of the hardest things for people to accept in this world.
Exactly, it's rough. Every now and then, it's rough. Yeah, yeah. You could throw me with some more questions if you so desire.
Yeah. I'm trying to. So you've mentioned the projects that like your pet project and trying to think. I know we have Sean Danoon and then the one other one you're working with right now,
Yeah, warplay.
Warplay. Okay, I was like, I knew there was a P in the second word. I couldn't think of what it was. So, with that, is there any other ones you've worked with in the past at all?
I was working with this other pop singer, Grava, and she was an absolute bombshell. She was incredible, um, and I had a good time while I was still in it. Um, and it was kind of like kind of trying to figure out the best way to put this. It's kind of like angsty pop rock kind of thing. And then I included my fuzzier sound in there, more riff based thing in there, and we gigged around Nashville a lot, and we did a show in Chattanooga, and it was a blast.
Yeah, that definitely sounds fun. I mean, obviously, you got a lot of very, valuable experience. I mean, lots of gigs, and I mean, years on years of learning. I mean, I want to say 14 years. If I,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the best uh, the best classroom in the world is the real world, and actually getting your hands in the dirt and actually doing stuff. Um, and and it's like, yeah, even if you do mess up a couple times, you can still bounce back and learn your lessons and go forth and do it again.
absolutely. So, have you ever done vocals or anything then?
In my solo project, I did sing, but I'm kind of recovering from. It's like, as you can tell, my voice is a little bit raspier right now,
Yeah,
so I've been kind of taking it easy with just being wary of what I drink and how loud I say things. So I've been kind of like on this vocal recovery thing for a little bit as well. But I do sing a lot of backing stuff in with Sean Danoon and Warplay right now, and it seems to be working out fine.
that's awesome. I mean, I love that for you because I mean, that just shows you have more talent than just a guitar player and a bass as well. I mean, you're a talented singer. I mean,
Thank you.
you're an all around good music artist, obviously. And I mean, sadly, I didn't hear of you before Sean, and I wish I would have.
You're far too kind to say that. Thank you though. Yeah.
So, we know you have the, gosh, I'm trying to think of that Swedish brand you said.
Hagstrom.
Yeah, you have the Hydestrom and the Firebird. Are those your only rigs you have?
As far as other guitars go, I'm a huge gear nerd, so there's a couple extra guitars in the rack that I really dig. I've been a pretty loyal Epiphone guy for the most part. My Right now I got my two ES 355s, and I name all my guitars too. So there's Zev Gadol and there's Spirit. Um, I have my two SGs, Lucy and Ruby. My Firebird Clarence, Hagstrom Alvar Nava that I've already mentioned. My what's it? My Epiphone Wildcat, um, Crimson S that I throw in open tunings at the moment. And my only acoustic right now is an Epiphone EJ160 I named Winston, after John Lennon's middle name before Yoko screamed her way into the chat. But most of the guitars, all the guitars have either have like with some of the guitars, the only thing that is still stock is just the original bodywood, and everything else has been gutted out and replaced. I'm a huge fan of just, extensive modifications.
And I mean, modifications are always great, especially when you have your own sound like you do, because then
Yeah,
and I
know what I want to hear, and I know what I want my guitars to play and feel and sound like. Like, for example, I need to take some steel wool to the back of the neck for the Hagstrom, because at least to give it a slightly satiny feel, so that, when my hands are sweaty, it's not getting caught up on a gloss finish.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, things like that make it better.
Exactly, yeah. And as far as, and all my guitars, except for the acoustics, of course, all my guitars have Bigsby's on them, because I feel naked if I don't have one. So I can, have some vibrato things there. And it's also really fun if you're, using a fuzz and it's feeding back, and you can manipulate the pitch of the feedback with your Bigsby. So for really cool, interesting noises and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, those cool, interesting noises. I mean, I hear some in like a little bit of Sean's songs here and there, and I mean, they're kind of cool, and I like it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like figure out how to describe it, but like, it's not easy to describe the odd sounds that are here and there, because like, you know what I mean? They're so little noises that the guitar makes, I guess, is the way to really say it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, at least with my approach, is that all I'm there to do is just to complement what Sean is doing on guitar. So, so that there's, occupies a full frequency spectrum. Each instrument is doing something interesting. I always like listening back to a record and then just hearing, oh, I didn't notice that thing before. It's just really cool to, contribute to something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something that's amazing to contribute to, and I'm actually about to learn myself what it's like to contribute to a band.
Oh, yeah, elaborate on that.
I'm about to be, I guess it's kind of like an on-call rap act in a metal band.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They call me up when they need me. I come in, I kind of deepen my voice and do kind of the growly stuff that I can do when I rap.
Right on.
I can't do it very common or very often, because I'm going to destroy my vocal cords. But
for real,
I like it.
Good shit, man.
It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot different than sitting in a room by myself with a microphone in front of me pressing record on a computer.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I really despise about current music production. It's become more of a solitary activity. I'd rather be in the room working with someone and experience, true chemistry. I'd rather, be in a room and just have the ideas just bounce off of each other. I like the spontaneity of like, oh, wait, what if we do this? And just proper synergy, like how, all the great records in the past were made.
Yeah, I mean, things like that are even why when I'm working on my solo stuff, I prefer to have like, people in the room, because it's like, hey, what if you did this like this instead? Or what if you changed this word for this? And it's like, oh, wow, the song is now significantly better off of these like few tiny little tweaks that someone gave me.
Precisely. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I think, music needs more of. Make music with your friends. Don't make it exclusively a solo project. At least include your friends in it.
Yeah, I mean, like even my last project was had an artist I'm a fan of and an artist I manage that started making music around the same time as me. We became friends, and now I'm his manager.
Right on. Hell yeah.
It's a lot of like cool things like that. Like I sat in a room and wrote this song with this person for a little bit before they ended up having to head off. Before they knew they were going to end up being a feature on it, they helped me write the original song.
Exactly. There you go.
Like we didn't even know this was going to happen. It just did.
Right on.
Like that's the beauty of music too, right there. You don't know what's going to happen. It just happens.
Exactly. And I guess that's why like some music has kind of fallen off because nothing digital can be divine.
That's what I hate, and like that's where everyone like says a lot of that, and I can agree. I guess too, when it's all digital, everything down to, and there's no human like interaction even making the things. Like no, that's terrible. I can't.
Precisely. Yeah. And that's the thing that yeah, so I just really like to, experience the energy in the room. Like, hey, let's meet, let's jam, let's throw the computer on, let's get the recording software going, let's throw it down. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly. I didn't mean to cut you off. I kind of just stopped myself there. Sorry.
no, you're all good. You're all good. I mean, that's another thing. I've kind of become less and less of a yapper. I, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
value peace and quiet a lot more lately.
I've been a lot of the same way, and I mean, especially when running the podcast, I've learned to talk less and kind of just let people like guide their own stories.
Precisely. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's your show for the hour that you're here.
More or less. Yeah. But yeah, that's
What's your favorite song to play? Even if it's not one of your own, if it's a cover, if it's not one that you play with the band that makes it, what's your favorite song to just kind of sit and play?
one moment I look forward to in the Sean Denoon set is this. Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments in the Sean Denoon set is easily got to be Soul Taxi, because I came up with this really cool ending bit, this kind of uh, minor pentatonic motif in the outro that I think just serves the song really, really well.
And it absolutely does. I've listened to that song I don't know how many times.
Yeah, and it's infectious. It's got a really good hook, and Sean is a really, really great writer, really, really great songwriter, arranger, and more importantly, Sean is like a really, really great friend, and I honestly see him as a brother now.
Absolutely. Sean is a great friend to have. I mean, he's just, very talented and kind, and he's willing to, like, throw out a little bit of wisdom there that he's learned from other people along the way.
Precisely, that's exactly it. Yeah, man.
So, do you do a lot of cover shows then, or have you?
Um, Not a whole lot. I've always kind of had my fun with original material and seeing how I can make that material better. Um, but yeah, I mean, I if there's one thing I want to do more of, it's do some sporadic cover shows, if anything, just for the bag that you can get out of it.
Just get the random call from whatever bar on Broadway and get to show up, make some money for the night.
Not so much from not so much from Broadway, because I from some, maybe it's just from some jaded industry people, but just the money from that, from what I gather, is not all that great. Um, but with Warplay, every now and then, before I joined the band, they would every now and then do like a cover show in like San Antonio, or in Virginia or something like that, and get get a couple thousand that way.
I mean, I don't know how much I could get you. I could probably get you more fans with with a show in South Dakota. That's what the best I can do for people.
You're all good, man. I mean, South Dakota does sound pretty fun.
It's honestly a lot of fun performing here because like you don't think a lot of people are going to show up,
Yeah,
especially during like that first 10 minutes of the show. Because usually that's like in the bigger cities when people are pounding through. But after about like as you're getting into like that first set, like people just kind of start piling into the venues. It's a little different.
noted. Noted. Yeah, and I think that's the one thing with playing in Nashville so often. It's just everyone else has got a gig or another commitment, or they themselves are gigging, or going to a friend's show, and it's just live music is so interwoven in the culture there that I always say this: with scarcity comes sanctity.
Yeah, I mean, when I was down in Nashville, I didn't even know that one of my online friends was playing a gig, and I walked into a bar, and he's up on stage, and I just see his eyes widen, and he's just staring me down in the middle of the bar as he's playing his guitar,
Yeah,
staring a hole into me. I'm like, oh no, I didn't know he was here,
surprise.
right? It was definitely something else because I was there on business covering the Josie Awards and stuff, and just traveling around the bars before then, kind of like giving out business cards and things to bands, and all of a sudden,
Right
I'm
on.
staring my friend in the face.
There you go. Well, at
Music.
least did he shout you out at the end of the song or something?
No, he actually they he at the end of the song he walked over to the side of the stage, called me over to wait till the end of the set, and as soon as he noticed that, he jumped off the side of the stage, spun his guitar to his back, and hugged me. Just
Nice. Hell yeah.
I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to come hand. No, he jumped off the stage and just hugged me in the biggest, like in a huge bear hug.
That's perfect.
It's definitely
And
a moment. I'm so glad that like I have this friend in music.
exactly. Yeah. It's like those are the kinds of moments I live for.
Exactly. And I mean, like, it's amazing. I keep saying exactly and yeah a lot, but it's truly amazing to like be able to meet so many people like you and Sean and Jacob, my friend that did that, and like even like
Nice.
Samantha Grimes and all these people through music. It's amazing.
It's a great little world we've cultivated for ourselves.
It really is. And I mean, everyone talks about the music industry is like so, people are always like out only for themselves and this and that. It's like
Yeah.
not really. That's
Maybe,
the big music scene. Like a lot of us independent underground people. It's all love between us here. There's not a lot of competition, really.
exactly. And even on the underground independent level, it can be pretty vicious sometimes. But beyond that, I mean, like as soon as you find your tribe, you're safe.
Exactly. And I mean, I've definitely found a pretty big tribe.
Good stuff. Yeah. How's the rock scene in South Dakota like?
It's I don't know how, like, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely better than my scene. Being a hip hop artist in South Dakota is definitely not up there. But I mean, we have a
Yeah.
lot of like country and metal artists that get shows left and right around here. I mean, we got like Blood Hoose around here, and
Ooh.
yeah, they're from here. And I mean, there's a nice punk band from my town, Full Force Face First.
Oh, never heard of them. What are they kind of influenced by?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't really asked them, honestly. I only heard of them because my 10th grade science teacher was a member of the band at one point. And he played
Oh, no
video.
kidding.
Yeah, he played a music video at the end of class, and we all saw him. We were like, "That's you," and he was like, "Yeah," and just went back to grading papers like we didn't just see him in a music video playing an instrument.
That is wild. It's always surreal to see that, and I don't want music to be, just a hobby for me. I want this to be my livelihood.
And I mean, even after that, we have a rock cover band around here. My Monday regret. It's two of my middle school teachers that I found out about after that guy. After I started making music, me and one of my old behavioral class teachers started texting. Also, and he's like, "I'm making music too," and like it was just crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
huh?
I was just saying fabulous.
Yeah, it really is. Like, yeah, there's just a lot really good country and rock scene around here. Honestly, we have some metal bands like Sinking Under and things like that.
Perfect.
No, I mean, just great artists. I guess. I mean, I know you guys got a good scene for everything down in Nashville, but what's it like out in New Brunswick then? Or like, I guess
In Jersey, it was a lot of punk and a lot of metal. At least the scene that I was kind of involved in, and especially in Nashville, my solo project and the other projects I was in, we were very much I guess the change of pace act, low key.
just
But
kind of like the things are about to change. Here's these guys.
yeah, it's just like the other act on a multi-genre bill or something, kind of more, and and Yeah, and I really want to find acts that are, more of, especially for Sean, finding acts that are more of Sean's type of vibe, so that so that the bills are nice and cohesive.
Exactly. So Sean told me about concert. I gotta know, did you keep a straight face during it when he asked who likes weed and then went, now let's try something a little harder?
No, that was I think when Marshall, our original guitarist,
Oh,
um, that was definitely a Marshall thing, probably.
I don't know if he mentioned. He actually did mention Marshall once or twice.
Yeah, he's a really solid guitarist, really solid dude, and yeah, easily one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
Definitely sounds like a cool guy. I mean, if you with the people you've met, must be if he's one of the coolest people you've met.
Yeah, damn straight.
So I mean, was like, were you always knew you were going to be playing music, kind of like what Sean does, or
It's like
did
I
you
knew
think you were
I,
going to be more of a punk and metal artist?
I knew I was always going to be playing music, but I've always, especially as I've gotten older, I found some metal and some punk to be too brash, too confrontational, and for where I'm at personally, have my I'd rather have my inner peace and have the music reflect that um, rather than have the music trying to fit a mold that's not me anymore.
Yeah, I feel you there, brother. That's kind of what changed everything with me. I want my inner peace and I want to project peace to other people.
Exactly, and the sad thing is that there are all these folks in the scene that are just so interested on putting their misery onto putting their misery onto you, that you get the idea. I'm not interested in any of that. I want to make music. I want to feel good, and I want to believe in redemption and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of like bad things, and I guess what's your opinion on Spotify's removal of all those AI songs? Like, I know we all know it was reactive; it wasn't proactive. It's because of the hate.
Yeah, I mean, this is just me, but as a creative tool, AI has no place in music. Music needs to stay human. It needs to stay pure.
I'm
Um,
bad about all creativity.
but
Art.
as purely an analytical thing on the management side, you can use AI as much as you want.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually looking into making an AI just to like help people. Like, hey, I'm like this artist, and this artist. I want to go into these markets, and it shows venues, contacts. This is what me and my team are working on right now.
Nice.
Something to like improve artists' ability to get shows.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, it's like now we're at a point in our history where it's just like, if we don't embrace these kinds of technologies in some way, even if it's just in a super minimal sense, we're going to get left behind like something fierce. So I'm trying my best to find new ways to work with AI that are not only creatively ethical, but just something that helps get me to where I need to be.
I always say it's good for like business plans and promotional plans and things like that. Like this is what,
Precisely.
yeah. Well, I hate when people use it for like flyers, cover art, music, anything art.
You and me both, man. It's like, honestly, even if you're just going to be charging someone, a college student, $60 for a flyer, be my guest. Even if you're going to be charging a college student like $60 for a flyer, go with the college student you know instead of just having an AI generated flyer like that.
Or even be like me and try to make it yourself.
Exactly. Even if it looks a little jank, because at the end of the day, it's still honest.
Yeah, I mean, all of my stuff is made myself. The background, the logo, everything.
Did a good job with it.
Yeah, like it's not that hard. It just takes time when you don't know what you're doing.
Precisely.
And that's where a lot of people don't want to do it. Oh, it takes time.
Exactly, because we're all focused on what the final result's going to be, and let's be real, learning a craft is tedious.
Absolutely. I mean, I've learned mixing, mastering, production, songwriting, rapping, graphic design, show promotion, show management.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
It's a lot and it does not end.
You got that right.
Once you start learning in music, you don't stop learning things until you're done with music. And I'm
Precisely.
I never plan to be done with it until I'm done.
I'm right there with you, man.
I
I am
mean,
right there with you.
yeah, we're getting a little close to kind of the end time here. Is there anything you want to tell everyone? Anything?
Um, Not really. I just want to say thank you for putting up with my slightly incoherent ramblings for the past hour, even if some of it was slightly disjointed. Um, and yeah, be sure to follow me on my socials. I'm going to be a lot more put together there. I woke up from a massive nap, so that's why I'm still kind of buffering.
Massive bowl, so I've been buffering this whole
There you go.
interview.
Maybe we need to do this again just so that we're all both on our A game when it's actually time to do it.
We can definitely bring out an Azi Richman too.
Yeah, let's definitely do a sequel.
All right. Looks like we got a sequel coming for you guys.
All right.
It was an honor to get you on here. I'm really glad I got to meet you. I mean, even if it's not in person yet, I say yet because I plan to come down there at some point towards the end of this year.
You're far too kind.
And I really hope that I get to meet you when I'm down there. And I'm excited to have you back on here again later.
Maybe the next episode is going to be in person.
Hopefully, maybe that's how we do it. When I get down there, we just set up the computer and
yeah, and then just bring Sean, the rest of the band, myself, and all that sort of thing.
The Boo Boo Project, Boo Boo hanging out with Sean Danoon in the breakdown might be
Boo Boo in the breakdown.
Love it.
There you go.
Well, thank you. Have a wonderful night. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget Azi Richman on all socials, all platforms. Wonderful artist, wonderful person, as you guys saw here today. So please don't forget to follow him and get ready for whatever he brings out next with his music.
Thank you so much.